Good morning, everyone. So today again, we are going to work on pulley problems. This is one of the, I think, very interesting problem that I found in Merriam's book. Yeah. So the setup is very interesting. There's a pin A which connects the 200 kg steel beams. Yeah, 2000 newtons, let's say, with center of gravity at G to the vertical column. Is welded both to the beam and the column. Yeah. So to test the weld, the 80 kg man loads the beam by exerting a 300 Newton force on the rope. So they pull the rope 300 Newtons, which the rope itself passed through a hole. So the rope does not connect to the beam, but then it passes through the pulley and then connects to the beam. Calculate the torque, the moment supported by the pin here. Okay, so the key of this problem is that you have three parts working on it: the beam itself, the man, and the road. So the idea is that do not be confused. You need to be calm. Just draw the free body diagram as good as you can. Break down every load that is possibly happens in this case. Okay? Clear, yeah? So now let's start by the information we know. The weight is 200. Let's draw. So in the middle, there is 200 kg. Let's use the gravity 10, so it's 2000 Newton. And then at pin A, since it is a pin, normally there should be AY and AX only, yeah? Only two forces, but then it is welded. So since it's welded, it cannot rotate, right? So then this resist moment, MA, yeah? Clear, yeah? And then there's a weight of the man, but later, yeah? And then the man exert 300 force on the rope. Yeah, so now let's focus on the pulley. The pulley, this wire pull 300, right? 300 newtons, and this is, let's call it T1. Okay, and then there is a reaction here. Oh, let's make it straight. I don't know how much. Let's call it T2. No, not T2 is not the tension. It's not a pulley. It's, let's say B. Yeah, BY. Okay. Again, if you solve the pulley, you know that the T1 will be 300, right? Why? Because if you take a sigma moment at the pulley center, sigma moment at the B equals 0, 300 times the radius, yeah, times the radius equals T1 times the radius too. So you know that the T1 is 300, very easy. And then you know that using sigma Fy equals 0, your By is 600. Okay, but this is the information that we need. Why? Since we know T1 is 300 and the T1 is connected here, right? There's a T1 which is 300. The direction is reverse because action and reactions, yeah. And that's 300. Does it have reaction here? No, because it's passed through the hole. So this 300 on the left is not connected to the beam, but connected to the man. So what you need to do is to draw the man. Let's draw the man. I'm not good at drawing, so let's simplify the man like this. Okay, let's make the hand of the man, yeah. Draw like that. Okay, and then make a good color so you understand that this 300 is connected not to the beam, but here, 300. That's the force that the man exerted on the wire. But the man itself has weight of 80 kg or 800 newtons. So the man itself also has a force of how much? 800, yeah. And then what happened is that the man's feet, yeah, the man's feet will experience this, will have N, which is the normal force from the feet. And also here, there will be the same force N that we don't know how much. Yeah. Okay, that's how you solve this. So this is due to the feet of the man. This is due to the wire of the pulley, the wire, the rope, yeah. And this is the weight of the beam. Is there anything else? No. So here it's easy. Sigma Fy equals 0. And then you realize that N will be 1100, assuming G is 10 meter per second square. Yeah. So Newton. Okay, you get this. And then you also get that this will be equals to 1100. Okay, now you have all the load, 1100, 300 for this, and then you have 2000. You can calculate the torque. So let's calculate sigma moment at A equals 0, and then you have MA, which is negative MA, and then negative 2000 times 1.2 meters, yeah. And then you have 1100, yeah. 1100 times 1.8, and then you will have T1. T1 is 1.263, means 2.1, yeah. Minus 300 times 2.1 equals 0. And then you can solve that by then MA equals to, so MA is minus 5010 Newton meters, or it should be, the actual one should be like this, right? Because it's negative, so we assume MA like that, but then turns out to be negative, means the actual one should be like that, counterclockwise. Yeah, so it makes sense because all the load is like this. So to counter, yeah, the direction should be reversed, right? Okay, so pretty much simple, yeah. Quite simple, but the most complicated thing is how to break it down into several pieces, understanding that, okay, this load is not connected to this beam, but connected to the man directly. So yeah, just calm down, try to draw everything, the free body diagram and the load associated to each free body diagram correctly. Yeah, don't need to be panic. Yeah, once you do that and then practice a lot, and a lot, should be easy for any problems that you will encounter in the exam or anything. Okay, see you next time. Bye.